Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I am Breakfast of Marathon. By special request from my father, I will be doing another cook with me video. Tonight we are going to be making healthy chicken enchiladas. I wanted to make this video to show you that just because something is healthy doesn't mean that it has to be complicated and take a lot of time. I'm just using things that we have in our kitchen. So let me go ahead and show you the ingredients from start to finish first of all, and then we'll get into the cooking part of the video. First off, we are going to be using a pound of chicken. We buy our chicken from Costco in the 6-pack, so it's like, this one was 8 pounds of chicken, so this is 1 pound. I weighed it out, so it's like in the packaging 1.1 pounds. So we're going to be using this. We're going to be using some of the Old El Paso green chili enchilada sauce. We're going to be using the organic fat-free refried beans from Safeway. This is the Safeway brand, I guess. Their organic brand, I think. I don't know. But this was pretty cheap, so we bought this. Then we're also going to be using one of the Safeway Organics tomato sauce. Just a little bit of this to season the chicken up. We're also going to be using some of the avocado mash that we got in bulk at Costco. And a red pepper. Obviously, we're going to be using tortillas. We've got the Mission corn tortillas, the smaller ones. We have had these for a little while, so we need to use them up. And then we are also going to be using some romaine lettuce. I chopped this up for a salad yesterday and then didn't eat the entire thing of it, so I saved it for tonight. The last thing that we are going to be using is the hearty taco seasoning. If you haven't watched any of my other videos and this is the first time you're joining me, I try to eat pretty low FODMAP. My stomach does not like onions and garlic, so I don't use them in any of my cooking. If that is something that you are interested in, let me know in the comments, because I can do like a really, really low FODMAP cook with me if you let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that, and I can sort of figure something out and make a video of low FODMAP staples. The cheese and the sour cream and the avocado mash and the lettuce is all going to go on afterwards, so we're going to go ahead and put those aside for now. Whenever I'm cooking with chicken, I like to prep everything that I need to cut up before I prep the chicken, just so I don't get any of the chicken juice on anything. But then I'm going to also go ahead and sort of shred up the lettuce that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. My veggies up. You saw me coarsely chop the lettuce just so it's a little bit more bite-sized. You can also use just packaged shredded lettuce if that's something that you have lying around, or if you want to go to the grocery store for any of this. You also saw that I sort of chopped the peppers into strips and then I cut the strips in half. That again is just for ease of putting it inside of the enchilada. Now we're going to get to cutting up the chicken and starting to cook everything down. As you can see, I finished chopping up the chicken. I have washed my hands and I have actually placed the chicken into a dish. I tried to get it into one layer. I did the chicken in bite-sized pieces. Now, if you want to make this even easier, or if you have a rotisserie chicken and you don't finish it all, you can actually use it like the next day or two and shred it up, take it off the bone, and you can skip the step that I'm about to do. I am going to go ahead and season this up, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we're going to get started cooking up the chicken and the red peppers. So let's do it. Just turned on the heat to medium high. We have a gas range, so for us that's about a 6. And I'm going to go ahead and put in some olive oil into the pan. I'm going to be using the red pepper extract olive oil. I've showed this in my other video. I think I've shown this in my other video. If not, here it is. It's this was a Christmas gift from my father. Dad, this is for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put just a liberal amount in there. I don't measure anything, as I've said in other videos. I just sort of eyeball everything. So I'm just going to do a light drizzle of the olive oil. Probably, if you need a measurement, I would say about a tablespoon. So I'm going to let that get hot, and then I'm going to go ahead and cook up my red peppers in the oil. I'm going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so once the peppers start to get a little bit blistered and have a little bit of the char mark on them, you are going to want to take those off of the heat and just place them aside. I'm just going to place them back into the bowl that I had them in after I chopped them up. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little tiny bit more of the oil into the pan, just a little bit to just make sure that the nonstick pan is actually not going to stick. And at this time, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and heat your oven. I'm going to set my oven to 375. So I'm just going to have that heating up while I cook my chicken. Got my chicken mixture right here. The pan is still hot. After about 3 or 4 minutes, you're going to want to turn the chicken over and cook it on the other side. This is the tricky part of the chicken cooking, because you want to make sure that everything gets turned over so you get a good even cook on both sides and it's cooked all the way through. Cutting the chicken up like this first makes it cook a little bit faster. While the chicken is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and open up my black beans and my enchilada sauce so I have everything ready. I'm also going to go ahead and prepare my baking dish for the enchiladas to be made. What I'm going to use to prepare the baking dish is this olive oil spray. I got this at BJ's. You can find it anywhere, really. You can also use any sort of spray you want. You want to give it a good spray. You want to make sure you spray the sides so nothing sticks to it. And then we're going to go ahead and open these up, and we will finish up our chicken, and I'll show you how we roll these up and make them into enchiladas. I removed the chicken from the heat and I took it out of the pan, and I've decided that I am actually going to kind of roughly chop it up now that it's cooked, so it's in a little bit more manageable pieces. You don't have to do this part. So I'm going to take one of my flour tortillas, and I am going to pull it out of the container, obviously. I'm going to put a couple of peppers in it. If you eat onions, you could totally do onions with these peppers also. I just obviously, like I said, I'm very sensitive to onions, so I don't use them. But then you put some chicken in, and I'd say about just a couple strips of onion, and then probably, I'd say about, I don't even know, this much. Just make sure that you have room on the side so you can go ahead and fold it up like that so it is an enchilada. And then I'm going to take some of the black refried beans, and I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in there also. Just like that. So it looks like that. And then I'm going to roll it up like so. And the problem with corn tortillas is that they fall apart really easily, but that's okay. And so I put it into the pan like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make the rest of those. And as you can see, I do have a lot of leftovers, but that's okay. I have leftover of the chicken that's taco season, so if I want to make a taco bowl later on with some of the leftover fat-free refried beans, I can do that. Or if I just want to make a taco salad later on in the week, I can do that also. So I'm going to set that aside. Tortillas do get a little bit crumbly, so if they crumble, it's okay. I did replace one of the tortillas just because it completely ripped in half. But if there's crumbly, it's fine, because you're actually just going to put the green chili sauce right over top of it. And I will tell you how much I use. This is a 10-ounce can, so I'm just going to see how far it goes over the top and probably stop when everything looks like it is covered. That was about 3/4 of the can. I'm going to set aside the rest of it just in case for after it's done baking, but I'm going to go ahead and just top it with the cheddar, the fat-free cheddar cheese shreds. You can use any kind of cheese you want. A Mexican blend would be really good. Trader Joe's has a good one. Also, Kraft makes one, but again, this is what we had in our fridge, and we don't have a lot of it, so we probably have about a little over 1/4 of a cup. To go ahead and put this into the oven. It has preheated to 375, and I'm going to put it in for about 10 minutes and then check it and see if it's done. We still have about 5 minutes left for the enchiladas to bake, but I have finished cleaning up and putting stuff away, much to Derek's shock and awe, I'm sure, when he sees that later. But I wanted to show you, if you watched my $5 meal video, I will link it above if you have not watched it. I talk about frozen rice. We like frozen rice. You can make rice in the Instant Pot. You can make rice on the stove. I am terrible at making rice. I will be the first to admit it always, especially brown rice, it always ends up hard for me or burnt. So I like to use frozen rice or instant rice. So we are today going to be using the Bird's Eye whole grain brown rice. You just pop it in the microwave in the bag for 3 minutes and it comes out perfect. So that's what I'm going to do for this meal. I'm going to go ahead and use this instead of regular rice. So here we go. Does anybody love my pot holder? My sister got this for me. She also gets me socks by the same company that makes these that have funny sayings on them also. It's by Blue Q. They have socks and pot holders and just a bunch of different things, but they're hilarious. Okay, so the enchiladas are done and they look delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and take the rice out of the microwave also. And I'm going to go ahead and plate this up and show you what the finished product looks like. If you wanted to put some corn or something on the side of this, make sort of a Mexican street style corn, that would also be really good. So I used half of the bag of rice, and I am going to go ahead and get 2 of these enchiladas out. Uh-oh. Might want to get them out one at a time, because they are going to fall apart. Oh boy. Alright, well that fell apart. Corn tortillas, ladies and gentlemen. Corn tortillas. They are better for you, apparently, but they are also the worst. I'm going to plate this with a little bit of the Daisy Light sour cream and some of this avocado mash. I will probably use about half of the avocado mash right now. Derek will maybe use the other half. I don't know. He doesn't really like avocados that much. But go ahead and put that on top there. You can also put salsa on it. I just don't have any of the low FODMAP salsa, unfortunately, so I will have to go without. I might put a little bit of Cholula on there, but we do the squeezed sour cream. I don't know why. My dad got me into it. He wanted it one day, and it looked interesting and disgusting all at the same time. It just tastes like sour cream, so, you know, it is just sour cream. But I'm going to go ahead and put probably about a tablespoon on there, and this is my dinner. I don't really like the lighting here. We're going to have to fix that in the next video, but whatever. Alright, I will come back and let you know how it is once I am done pairing it with some champagne. And in my I'm done adulting, let's go to Disney glass. We are done with dinner and most of the stuff is now cleaned up, but I wanted to show you that we have plenty of leftovers. This is probably a good 2.5 servings left over, maybe 3 depending on if we eat it for lunch or dinner. So this made a really good portion. The only thing that would have made it better is if I had remembered the lettuce. It was hiding behind the Instapot over here. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell if you want to be notified of future uploads like this on my channel. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget YouTube. Keep moving.